Damn, I look good.
Damn, I look ugly as hell.
I can't get over my beard, dude. Gosh.
I interviewed a few of my friends 1 year apart. 365 days ago, I asked them some questions, and we're gonna see how their answers have changed.
I mean, that joke as I was showering, I was thinking, bro, how long was my hair when we took this video? Because, like, I know my hair's gonna be longer since I haven't cut it. Damn.
All right. So, how's life now?
Life is chilling right now. College is about to start for the second year. I'm doing fine money wise. And Alicia's leaving to Ohio, but we'll get with that when it happens. But no, as of right now, I got no complaints. I'm chilling right now, actually. Feeling good.
It's not awful. Could be better. I'm broke, stressed, have no time, worried, hopeless, but also hopeful. Being more open about it makes me more open to realizing my stresses. All over the place. If I could like sum it up, it's just all over the place. I need to get shit together.
Good. First year of college went well. I'm not worried about as much as I was last year. I have enough money to pay for what I need to, most of the things I want to. So that's going pretty well. It's good. It's a lot of getting used to things and changing things. Like I said, I've never been to college before. That's a really big startup process. But yeah, life's good. Um, it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of changing, getting used to stuff. So
But now it's like you're comfortable, more comfortable at least.
right. I mean, last year was a lot of like change. I didn't really know what to expect. So getting in and settling and getting used to everything as an upcoming college student, because like I said in that past year ago video, I had never done it before. So it was a lot of just nerves, I guess. But I feel like I have a better understanding of everything campus wise, just how to better adult a little bit, because this is, again, one of the only times I've had to do stuff for myself. Um, so I feel a lot more comfortable, I would say.
I mean, with life right now, I mean, it's going pretty good. I got no complaints. Well, I guess I got one complaint.
Oh, wait a minute.
Money.
Uh,
I hate being broke, bro. But, it's just for now.
I guess the only thing that for difference being really, I forgot I didn't even mention that. But yeah, money wise, I'm chilling. I'm chilling money wise. I guess I'm better money wise than I was back then. So
At this moment, right now, I'm pretty happy. Nervous going to college as well, but yeah, I'd say overall I'm pretty okay with life right now.
Completely different point in my life right now. I feel like the short answer means more, you know what I mean? It just means like I didn't even hesitate to like be like, oh, I'm happy. And just like call it at that. Like nothing else to say.
What's most important to you right now?
It's a good question.
Um
most important right now, uh,
I would say relationships,
yeah, as of right now, definitely like relationships in general,
and not just romantic ones.
whether it be like uh friends, family,
Different people, like friends, parental wise.
stuff like that. Like, yeah, if I had to take anything over anything else, definitely be like relationship wise.
I would say maintaining and then growing new relationships is what's most important to me right now.
Just making sure keeping the bonds close with everyone.
the future. Anything I say, anything I do, it's like all planned out for the future. Like if I say something, it's like oh like I'll back it up in the future. Or like it can be backed up the future. Literally one word, future.
Probably just my future, like going to college and everything, getting my degree, making sure I'm on top of things, making sure I'm working hard, making sure I don't like get off track or anything. Just yeah, college, my future. I'm pretty nervous and scared about that, but it's definitely the most important thing to me right now.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not upset at that. Damn, I didn't even think of that. I didn't know. I was really curious to know what I thought was the most important to me. That's cool. I'm always best future, I guess. Shit, even a year ago.
As my favorite movie actor, Vin Diesel, once said, family. No, but more seriously, if I had to pick the most important thing in my life right now, I mean, it just had to basically combine it and just be right family and friends. I mean, that's probably about it.
Yeah, relationships, yeah. That's pretty much what I was saying.
Probably furthering my life as far as academically, because I think that to get to some of my end goals in life, I need to get these 4 years at college done, and get that degree so I can start on the next stage of my life. So probably just bridging the gap between the two stages. It's a good answer.
Back then, it was furthering.
Right. I feel like that was a little bit selfish. It was like, I've got to get these 4 years done to better me. And now it's like, I have to better myself to better others around me. So,
What's the biggest thing you're struggling with right now?
I don't want to say college just because I mean that's already important, but I'd have to say like number one college, probably number two like money. Just I mean I'm only 17 and everything, but money's still a problem, and that's gonna be a problem in the future too. So I guess that's just my main struggle right now. It's probably that college and money.
I wouldn't even say it number one college. College is like just college. It's obviously priority, but like struggle, no. I have to do it. I'm gonna do it. It's not a struggle. It's just there. Money, it's a struggle for sure. But I don't know if it's like I had way more money then than I do now. Way more. And I still was complaining. I was like, I like that mentality. I had shit ton of money, and I'm like, I'm still struggling with it. Now I'm broke as fuck, and I care less about it. You know, like focusing on what's like actually important. I guess big struggle is worry. I worry too much about everything. I'm told all the time that I overthink, and I just end up worrying too much, and it can be anything, whether it be like people or college itself. Like just when it comes down to like social interactions, I guess just like sometimes I'm like, oh, like I know how things have been. Now I'm worried now for like this next year in college. Like, am I gonna go through a lot of the same things? I don't want to. Worry, I feel like it's more something like a natural struggle because you can get rid of worry. I just haven't.
Money. I do so good. I'll do good with money for like a hot minute. I'll be like, I'm doing fine. Saving. I haven't spent much. And then all of a sudden, bam, I'm like, man, I just spent like $500 in a week. That's crazy. That's my biggest struggle right now. It's probably just money. Yeah, that's about it. Money, just having to actually be able to save it and not waste it.
Okay, from that, I can definitely say that I don't have a real major struggle, but I guess if I still had to pick something, I guess if I was struggling with anything other than the money thing, would be the fact that Annalicia is leaving. It's gonna be like 8.5 hours away. But yeah, I guess otherwise, other than that, I'm pretty much chilling.
I'm actually really fortunate to not struggle with a lot of things as far as like material wise or even emotionally. I have a lot of the things that I need and most of the things that I want. So if I had to pick one thing that I'm struggling with, it would be just the nervousness of going into the unknown. That was big. Really knowing what to expect. I don't know. I'm just a lot more at ease with everything this year because I feel like it was like high school. Our freshman year, we were really nervous and we were trying to figure out where everything is and how to do things. But now I've been to Chattanooga and UTC's campus for a full year, and I know the ins and outs of it now. So I'm not nervous at all about anything. I'm living in a different place, which is not as, I guess, nice as the one I lived in last year, at least from what I hear. So I might be a little bit nervous about that, but I'll be all right. Like I've got everything I need. So it's just a change of surroundings. I'll be all right.
So what would you say is the biggest thing you're struggling right now? If anything.
I don't want to say nothing because I feel like everybody's struggling with something. And if you say you're not, then you're lying to yourself. I would say being away from everybody. If I'm in Chattanooga, it feels like I'm prioritizing them or the people in Lincoln County, but it's kind of the same way with being in Lincoln County because you're away from two different sets of people on alternating times of the year. That's what I'm struggling with, just being in between the two places.
Who can you turn to for guidance?
For guidance, definitely my mom. Especially this past year, I've gone to a lot more than I would have when I was younger or anything, or even going through high school. Really, definitely this year, I've definitely turned towards my mom and talked to her more about different stuff and all that. Yeah, no, definitely my mom for sure.
Either my mother or the boys. It's one of those two. If I've ever needed guidance on anything, it's either been my mom, and if I can't go to her for some things, the boys have always got my back. So,
What's the something?
uh, we'll keep that stuff private.
See, you didn't mention us this time.
Okay, sure, I didn't mention yeah. I guess the way I just took it right now is if I had to turn something like major, major, major. Probably on some certain things, I probably would still go to like the boys or whatever first. But for mostly everything, I guess probably it's also just the fact that this year I definitely felt like I could go to her more for different stuff. So definitely had a major impact. I would definitely come to you guys if I still need some advice on something, but yeah, nah, no, I'd still go to y'all.
What's one thing you'd like to accomplish in life?
Can't really be too pinpoint right now just because I'm not sure what I want to do with like college and everything. I know more or less, but I'm not super sure. But I guess whatever I decide I want to do, I hope I can achieve that and then just obviously, I guess the rest of the American dream, just big house, cars, wife, kids. Yeah, hopefully I can just be happy and well off and everything.
I don't like that answer because it's like super general, but I also don't know how to be more specific. So it's the best answer I could give. But biggest goal would just be happy in life. Be proud of what I did. That's my goal. Is to be able to reflect on everything I did. Like, oh, I went through that, but here I am. I went through this. Here I am. It paid off.
I'd like to travel the world. I'd like to see the sights that everybody always writes about. Um, a big thing for me is I'm pretty afraid of just fading away after I die. So I want to maybe just have stories to tell for people to remember me by once I'm gone. So I think that traveling the world and making those stories and memories would really help just make a mark on people. So yeah.
You think people will remember you for what you've done?
I hope so. I kind of just want to be a guy that you can turn to ask questions and hopefully give an answer. So that's how I would like to impact people is by being kind of like a knowledgeable person um, that can answer a multitude of questions.
So you feel like that person? No.
That guy, I don't know. He looks like a nerd, man. Like, but yeah, I still share the same sentiments. I feel like, but I don't know. I'm not as like emotional about it. I still want to travel the world, and I don't know. I might write a memoir, like a book or something. I feel like that would kind of help solidify myself as somebody that people will remember, even if it's just one book that, some kid from Lincoln County, Tennessee wrote about his life. I feel like if anybody can get something from it, then that would be pretty cool.
What's one place you'd like to visit?
I would really like to visit
Tokyo,
in a general just
Japan.
answer Europe.
Oh,
Um, but in more specifically, I would like to visit France.
okay.
I think that France has a lot of interesting agriculture above all else. Like there are fields and fields of just poppies that look like out of a movie. Like they've been in movies. So I kind of want to just be there to witness that with my own eyes. Paris would be cool. The Eiffel Tower, obviously. All the architecture there is really cool, interesting. Um, but yeah, Europe and later the world. I had completely forgotten I'd said Europe. I would have 100% thought that I said Tokyo because I'm like huge into Japanese stuff. So that's interesting. I'd probably pick Tokyo over France now, just because there's like a lot more just to look at, I think, because yeah, France has cool poppy fields, but Tokyo has so many different like prefectures and different like nightlife places you can go to and all the lights and stuff. So I think I would probably pick Tokyo over France now.
Italy, or yeah, probably like Rome or Greece, somewhere. Italy or Greece. I'm really into Greek mythology. It's always like super cool, fascinating, I guess. And I'd like to see what they have on that. I don't know if they do. It's probably like just kind of like whatever, you know. But I mean, maybe there's something that they have just to kind of like show off. So that's why I kind of saying Greece, Rome, just because of all the architecture they have there. It's probably all pretty cool to look at and everything. I like to go there just to look at it and stuff.
Still the same reasons, like landscape, architecture, all that stuff. It's still into Greek mythology. Greece still really cool. City of Rome, be dope. I've been kind of getting into like Peru recently, Chile, like those mountains, Patagonia mountains. Would be pretty cool. But yeah, for the most part, so that's the answer. Have not gone. Hopefully, we'll go one day.
What's some advice you wish you knew a year ago?
I guess just that you can't see every problem somebody's experiencing, and that people are going through different things and sometimes worse things than you are that you just can't tell. And so I think that if I would have had that piece of advice last year, I would have become more understanding and more careful with what I said,
Good guy, Garrett.
and how I treated people, because there are so many people just going through battles that you just have no idea of. So I would give that advice to myself. That piece of information actually came very useful throughout my first year in chat, because there was a situation where I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a situation that I basically outlined in that advice that was like, people are going through things that you have no idea that they're going through. And that piece of advice was it was literal. It was something that actually happened, and I actually had to use that piece of advice into the situation and kind of better understand what they're going through and help them the best way that I could. As far as advice that I have now, keep your good friends close and let your bad ones find their way out. Because there are some times where you'll put so much energy into trying to build somebody up, and then they won't give any energy back to you. So I feel like the people that accept that energy and want to be better will be better, and those that don't kind of just drain you. So that's another big piece of information that I wish I had a year ago.
This is advice you give your future self.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
Advice I'm giving my future self. Oh boy. So, wait a minute.
Oh my god, if I'm still like this with money, I'm gonna teach myself the next time I see this. But don't be afraid to do new things, even if I'm very scared to do it, because there are certain things I still won't do just because of what they scare me by. And B, when I want to get something done, to actually put my mind into it and do it.
I definitely listened to my advice about money. Like I said, my saving got better. That's for sure. So I'm not broke. Definitely money wise, I'm like chilling. Scared wise to do other stuff. I mean, no. If really something's come up that I really wanted to try or whatever, I kind of do just give it that shot and give it a try. So it's not really been bad. But oh yeah, the putting my mind towards something and actually getting done, basically just not procrastinating. I feel like it's improved. That's for sure. I still have my moments where I definitely procrastinate, but it's definitely like once I start it, it's like, oh yeah, we're finishing this up right here, right now. No breaks, no nothing.
Probably saying just like the best advice is just like bro, work hard. Like hard work probably gets you uh into better places than people who have like a bunch of talent. Like if people are talented but they're not putting in hard work, I mean they're not really doing anything with that talent. Even if you're like you have no talent at all, if you're working hard, I think you get somewhere. So I know I've worked hard in the past. I just probably tell myself in the future, like make sure you're still working hard, just because you don't want to let anything you've already gained like just go away.
I like that, and I do. I feel like one of my characteristics is hard work, hard worker. Glad I have that characteristic. Good at advice for anybody, especially for me who going straight into college need it. And I still keep that advice, like anytime I feel lazy or anytime I feel like I'm like losing track of something, I'm like, you just gotta work hard and you'll get back to it. And it's worked. I mean, what's that one quote? Hard work beats hard work beats your talent when talent doesn't work hard. I've been told like here and there, like, oh, like you're so like this, like, or like when it comes to like college, like sometimes they're like, oh, like you make good grades, like you're just so talented or you're so smart. And it's like, like they make it seem like I'm naturally talented. It's like I worked hard, like I did this myself. That's some advice, I took. I'm like, I need that hard work. I'm gonna do it myself. And I did. And if I want to do something else, I'll just work hard at it and I'll make sure I get it.
Watch before you act. Take an observation of the situation before you just rush into it. Because if you can assess your situation before you do anything with it, you can better understand how you're going to react to it. So just become more patient and more receptive is what I would tell myself. I've definitely practiced that some because I used to be really impulsive and like if a thought crossed my mind, I would say it, regardless if it was helpful or hurtful. And now I've kind of gotten better at controlling what I say and kind of controlling how I say things because tone is something people don't really realize. Like, tone is the difference in a lot of things. So, if you can kind of soften your tone or sharpen it depending on the situation, then I feel like you have a greater control over what your words say. And that can be the difference in everything. So, I feel like I've taken that piece of advice and I've used it pretty well in my endeavors over the years.
What is your perspective on life?
Definitely, it's like you only live once, So it's definitely not like don't push everything off. Like if there's something you want to do it, but don't ever say never. Always be willing to someone kind of want to do things.
Yeah, it's definitely the same. All that I said right there, like, you only live life once and all that. But I guess adding on to it, just enjoy the moments and yeah, just don't be afraid to do anything. If you want to do it, do it. And you only live once and enjoy the moments because savor them because you don't know when you're not going to be able to not make them anymore or something.
I'm not really doing a whole bunch, just floating around. Um, I'm about to start going and doing some things that other people have done. I'm just going through the cycles. I hope one day that I'm not just one of the masses. I hope that maybe I can be somebody that people can look to, even if it's just like a small group. Like, hey, two people come up and they're like, hey, let's go ask Garrett something. Maybe he knows. Not just, oh, let's go look online or let's go look to a professor or something. I just want to be somebody that people can look to. But right now, my perspective on life is that I'm just one of a great number. I don't know. I guess I kind of feel the same way because I haven't accomplished a lot since last year. Um, I mean, I did good academically, but I didn't make a huge impact on the world or anything. I don't think I have the capabilities to do that just yet. So we're gonna have to wait and see what I can do when I get out in the real world and have a job and have all the materials that I need to build what I want to and actually impact the world. So I agree with the same position I was in last year. I'm in now.
I feel like I changed perspective a lot. I feel like I should have that perspective, or like the main perspective that everybody should thinks they should have. Not that they should have, but the things that they should have is like I know a lot of people want to be like super clean, super like they never drank, they never smoked, they never got tattoos, and never. But I guess like the way I want to look at life is like you are really here for a short time, and what's the movie? Here for a good time, not a long time. Like it's basic, but I mean, it's serious. It's really true. Like we're not here for a long time. I guess that's my perspective. I just want to. I know I'm not here for a long time, and I know whatever I do in that certain moment makes me happy, then I should do it.
Yeah, same perspective. I like that perspective.
What are you going to be studying in college, and what job do you hope to have afterward?
As of right now, hopefully major in pre-professional biology. Ideally, I'd like to go to medical school and become a doctor. But at the same time, it is 4 years of college. I don't know if I'm going to want to go to another 4 years. If not, hopefully I can just major in biology to get my bachelor's degree and just become some type of biologist probably. Yeah, that's probably what I want to do with my degree.
So is that your dream job?
I'm not sure what kind of doctor I want to be. I guess my dream job would be like physical therapist right now. I know I changed that a lot too, but that's probably the one that I've stuck with the most.
Crazy thing is, I also switched my majors in college and I switched back because I was biology professional and pre-med. We went to exercise science so I could do my dream job of physical therapy, and then realized I want more money. So I left it, and then I went back to biology pre-med so I could make more money.
You changed major like halfway through, but then changed major.
I changed majors the first week of college.
Okay.
It was all a loop. I looped back from pre-med to pre-med.
Basically, I'm going to college to get a degree in megatronics, which is basically sounds kind of a little bit of a fancy word of just learning how to work on machines, like mainly like big factory machines, like machines for Frito-Lay. I wouldn't work like the lines on them, but I'd work on the machines themselves if they go down and stuff. Heard that career makes some money, and hey, that's what I'm willing to do.
Is that your dream job?
Dream job? Nah, dream job right now would definitely be YouTube. YouTube would definitely be the dream job, but this is definitely a job I think I'd be happy with. You know,
Dream job wise, definitely still YouTube. But now that I've actually gone through like the first year of the mechatronics and all that, like definitely it's if I were not if YouTube were not to work out, it's not like I would be sad that it would never work out because doing this stuff, I mean, I really do love it. It's a lot of fun and everything. So if YouTube were to take off, dream job right there. But if YouTube doesn't take off and I were to be doing this type of work for the rest of my life, I'd enjoy it. I have no regrets about it. It's pretty fun. I like it, so definitely.
I'm going to be studying cybersecurity, and then I want to work for the Huntsville Police Department as a cyber forensics analyst.
Is that your dream job?
I'd like to say so. I've known since I was really a small little kid that I like computers and I like technology. So I think I've always known I'd find something in computers that I would do. And I've always liked, like Cops, the TV show. That was one of my favorite TV shows growing up. So I think that bridging those two together would make my dream job. Yeah. It's pretty close. I'm still studying cybersecurity. There was a little bit there that I thought I was going to change my major to criminal justice because I was gonna do either TBI, which is the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, or the FBI, which is the Federal Bureau of Investigations. But I changed my mind. I'm gonna try and find something closer to home. So probably in Huntsville is where I'll end up at. Um, Maybe doing the same thing that I was talking about in that interview. That'd be pretty cool. But I still want to do something in law enforcement as far as cybersecurity wise. But I think it's pretty true to what I still want to do.
That's pretty much it.
Is that it? All right.
Do you feel you've matured some?
Yeah, feel a lot more comfortable with the questions and how I responded to them this time around. And it's crazy because if we did this same thing in 5 years, I would still be cringing at the screen and I would be like, God, he's so dumb, so immature. But that's life. That's just how time moves forward.
I feel like they didn't change a lot. I feel like I just basically disappointed. Everything I wanted as a 17-year-old, I kind of went through, but it didn't work out how I wanted it to go. Just basically that. That kind of disappointed my 17-year-old self. I'm hoping I can throw away 18 and 19 be my new 18. This interview is not the one that should have happened. 19 years old is the one that should have happened. But who knows? Maybe the 19 one will be the same shit. It'll be like, 20. 20 will be cool.
That was fun. Till next year. Let's go, baby.
That was a good practice. Now this time I'll press record.
No, I saw you keep looking over, and I was just waiting for the one time you looked over to go, "Hey, bro, hold on, it wasn't recorded." No, that would kill me. That was funny.